Hello and Happy New Year to everyone out there, and it's the first quarter of 2023 and the new prices came on just this morning. And first of all, I have a confession. We've already put our order in, and I'm kind of glad we put our order in because the price of the vehicle we chose has just gone up £300, so we've kind of locked it in at last quarter's price, and I think that's going to be the case for quite some time to come as the semiconductor shortage continues. If you can get a car at a price you can afford now, just go for it, because the possibility of the car being removed from the scheme or the price is high, and the possibility of the price increasing is high. So you might as well just go for it now. That's about the best advice I could give you. Now, the vehicle we went for is an MG4, and if you look at the last quarter's video, it wasn't on there at the beginning of the quarter. And this is the first time I've actually seen, since I've been doing this price guide, this is the first time I've actually seen a car appear in the middle of a quarter on the scheme. And I've got my Facebook page here. Let's make sure this is still recording. Is it still recording? Yeah. And what you can see here is it's appeared on the 9th of November. Now, when I saw this on Facebook, I didn't quite believe it, saying that they were going to put this on the scheme because it wasn't on there that quarter. So I checked on the Motability site and I checked on the MG pricing site at the time, and it did appear. Let's get this up here, and there you can see the prices at the time. Now, these prices are still showing on the MG site at the moment. Now, I don't think you'll get these prices anymore. They haven't adapted it. Basically, the people haven't come back from New Year, Christmas break yet, and haven't changed the website yet for MG. But what we went for isn't the trophy. We went for the long range one at $999. Now, we'll get rid of that, and we'll get rid of my Facebook page. Bye bye. And we'll go to this quarter's price guide. As you can see, you can now get a Nissan Leaf 39 kilowatt hours for nothing up front. You can get the Peugeots, you can get the Zoe. There is cars coming back on the scheme for the new quarter. But I think this is just because these makes have some stock available. That's all I can think of, because most of them removed the cars from it last quarter, so there was no stock at all. And in the meantime, people have ordered cars and decided not to have them and things like that, so they've got some stock again. So at this point in time, if you don't want to pay anything up front, I would probably go for the Peugeot 208, yeah, although it doesn't have adaptive cruise control. Could go for the Zoe as well. The reason you might want to choose the Leaf over the Peugeot is, I don't know if the basic model's got adaptive cruise control, but I think the Tecna and what we've got here, we've got the Accentra and the End Connector. I believe they do. They have the Nissan Pro Pilot or something it's called, I think, on there. Now, you'd have to see if your Motability things like wheelchairs and that will fit in the boot, which is what I did with the MG4. It's now if I bring up the picture of the MG4 I test drove, what you'll see here is I couldn't fit it in lengthways. It wasn't long enough. But I noticed, if you look up here, that the back seat and the headliner goes quite a bit past the back seat and before it comes down for the tailgate. So what I did is I pushed it in and then up, and it fits kind of standing up in the back, just behind the back seat and before the headliner dips for the tailgate. So basically in this part here it stands up, but you got to like slip it in, then raise it up. You can't just like push it in that way. You got to like up underneath, and it fitted quite well. So you know, if you're going to look at one of these, I recommend you try doing that with your wheelchair apparatus, because it might not fit. It fit for us with ours, it might not fit for you. So going back to the price list, we'll get this back again. Where are we? Yeah. You will find that the MG4, which is a car I'm going for, the standard range one is now going up to $999 instead of $799, so that's increased by £200 this quarter. and the one we're going for is went up to £12.99, so that's increased by £300. So lucky us, I decided to take the gamble and put the order in, and it was a calculated gamble because I kind of thought this semiconductor shortage thing isn't over yet. Now this could all be wrong come next quarter, and suddenly there's loads of semiconductors and loads of car production picked up again. I'd say that's about 25 to 75% chance. 75% chance of it not happening, 25% chance of it happening. So you get to decide, is it worth putting the money in now for your order if your order window is open. Now going further down the list, I think my recommendation is still going to be, if you can afford the 1200, to go for the long range MG4. Like I'm getting. But other than that, if you don't want to pay up front, try going for one of the Nissan Leafs. Or if you don't mind not having adaptive cruise control, go for the Peugeot E208. Now, we'll go further through the list, see what else we can get if you've got lots of money to spend. I wouldn't think about the Mini. Now you see, here's the E-Corsa. That was a couple of 2 quarters ago I think it was. That was for nothing, and they're now wanting £1,499 advance payment on it. I believe quarter 2 or quarter 3, I think it was quarter 3 of last year, they were letting you have that for no upfront payment. Same goes for the ultimate version of the Mokka E. I was thinking of getting that because it was only about, I think it was £499 up front. Now look at the price of it. They're wanting £1,699 up front, which is why MG4 still looks like a bargain. There's the trophy one of the MG4. You've got reversing cameras and more sensors on that. It's part leather and part fake leather interior. See, £1,249. It's not £2,449. I mean, that's just ridiculous for a Corsa, isn't it? You've got to be a loot to choose that. And if you want something bigger, you still got the e-Berlingo. That doesn't seem to have changed in price, I don't think. There's a whatever. You've got to be daft if you're going for that Honda. Megane E-Tech, if you really want a Megane, then go ahead, pay nearly £5,500 for it. For that kind of money, you could almost get a big van if you need lots and lots of room. The Vauxhall Navara Life. You got the Skoda Enyaq. I mean, it's a nice big chunky car, but if you're going to be spending nearly £6,000 on a vehicle, you're going to have to hand back in 3 years and not get any money back off it. Maybe it's £250 if you're lucky. Go ahead if that's how you want to waste that type of money. Most people on the Motability Scheme don't have that luxury. Yeah, £6,000 if you want a bigger one. Yeah, if you've got big adaptions that are needed, then you might want to get one of these Berlingos, the electric Berlingos, but I can't see a reason why most people would want one. And if you want to spend nearly £8,000 on a Motability car upfront payment, you could have the Nissan Anya electric, Aria, whatever you call it. And I think that's it for this quarter. We're getting an MG4, probably still worth paying a few extra more than we paid or going to pay up front for it. Other than that, I'd like to say thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye now.